welcome to today's tip. We're going to be making our sentiments today using die cut machine, running it through several times. Now, I've got 2 pieces of cardstock here. I'm going to put that on top and I'm going to run it through. Now that is quite a lot of pressure on those die, so I am going to just give it a really good 3 or 4 times over it just to make sure it goes through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one more time on the side there, because I think it needs, for this to really work, it needs about 3 layers of cardstock. That really does give it a nice look. Just going to run it through on the edge of those bit of paper there. Okay, so that's really run it through 4 times. I'm going to just top it up and do the front of the sentiment on another piece of card. Okay, so I've got my ones that went through twice. Now you've got an option here, you can pull them apart and glue them together, or if they've completely stuck like this one has, then I'm just going to keep it like that and then I'm going to glue it. I'm using, this is Stampin' Up and it's fine tip glue pen. You really do need, in my opinion, wet glue, because it allows you to reposition, and all I'm doing is just adding the smallest dots onto those letters. Dots is all you need, otherwise it will sort of smudge around a little bit. And once you've got it in position, the nice thing, like I say, about this glue is that you can move it before it completely sticks down. Once you're happy with it, with its positioning, and just use your stamp blocks and just give it a bit of a press down. Okay, so there's one. Now what we can do here is we can either leave it like that and it's now sort of chipboard thickness, which looks so much better on your cards, or what we can do is top it up with another colour, and I'm just going to reposition it just really slightly to the right there. Can you see that? I've just put it so it's got like a slight shadow. And now that I'm happy with that, I'm just going to lay that down and just leave that on top. And of course the other option is to do it the other way around. So if I put those 2 together, and once they've glued, then I can actually have the darker colour at the back, which is probably more of how a shadow would naturally be. And that has a lovely effect too. Okay, so I've actually just glued that one down for you so you can see the shadow on the back, and it looks really lovely, particularly if you put it up against a lighter colour. You can see the dimension in it and you can see the shadow. So that's a really cool way of doing it. And with this one I'll put on the other coloured cardstock so you can see how lovely that comes up as well. There's so many different ways that you can do it. You can add silver onto the top of it, you could add some gold. Here I used 2 colours and put it back into the card that it came out of, a different card that it came out of, sorry. So that was I cut it out of gold, and then I've got those 2 colours mounted just slightly separate from each other, and I'm going to sit it in there because I think that looks quite funky for a card. They look really lovely on cards. I'm going to mount this one on some nice dark browns cardstock, and that'll be my finished card for today. I hope you've enjoyed it and I look forward to seeing you next time.